What if I told you that some of your favorite cartoon characters could probably solve climate change, cure diseases, and maybe even figure out why we can't find matching socks? We're talking about animated geniuses who make real-world scientists look like they're still figuring out basic addition. Today, we're diving into the brilliant minds of cartoon characters who are actually certified geniuses. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at Saturday morning cartoons the same way again. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, because we're about to blow your mind with some serious cartoon science. And hey, drop a comment about which cartoon genius you think could take over the world if they were real. Now let's get started. Our first genius is someone who turned his bedroom into a scientific marvel that would make NASA jealous. Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory isn't just smart. He's operating on a level that makes most PhD holders look like kindergartners. This kid built a multi-dimensional laboratory underneath his house that somehow defies all laws of physics and architecture. We're talking about a space that's literally bigger on the inside than the outside. That's advanced spatial engineering that theoretical physicists are still trying to figure out. Time travel technology. Dexter has successfully built multiple time machines throughout the series. Real-world physicists like Stephen Hawking spent decades just theorizing about time travel, and here's a kid who's making it work before his voice even cracks. Genetic engineering. Remember when he created the perfect boy band? He literally engineered human beings with specific traits. That's CRISPR gene editing technology that we're just now beginning to master in 2025. Robotics and AI. His robot assistants aren't just programmed. They show genuine learning capabilities and emotional responses. We're talking about artificial general intelligence that tech companies are spending billions trying to achieve. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Dexter's laboratory's security system is more advanced than most government facilities. He's got DNA scanners, voice recognition, and dimensional locks. This kid created better security than the Pentagon. The most impressive thing about Dexter is that his inventions actually follow scientific principles. His fusion reactor designs are based on real tokamak reactor concepts, and his genetic modifications follow actual molecular biology rules. The writers clearly did their homework. Speaking of genetic engineering, let's talk about someone who accidentally created the perfect superhero formula. Professor UTONIUM didn't just make 3 superhero daughters. He fundamentally broke the laws of physics and chemistry in the process. This man combined sugar, spice, and everything nice with chemical X and created beings that can fly faster than light, have super strength, and somehow maintain their molecular integrity while doing it. Biochemical mastery. Creating the Powerpuff Girls required understanding of genetic engineering, biochemistry, and quantum physics all at once. He essentially created new forms of matter that can exist in multiple states simultaneously. Energy physics. The girls can generate and manipulate energy in ways that would require understanding of nuclear physics, thermodynamics, and quantum mechanics. UTONIUM figured out how to make this stable in biological organisms. Dimensional science. In several episodes, he creates portals to other dimensions and even builds machines that can manipulate reality itself. That's theoretical physics that we can barely comprehend, let alone build. Here's what makes UTONIUM extra impressive. He did this all by accident. His greatest scientific achievement happened because he was trying to make perfect little girls and accidentally knocked over a chemical. That means his baseline scientific knowledge is so advanced that his mistakes are breakthrough discoveries. If Professor UTONIUM were real, he'd probably have solved world hunger, created sustainable energy, and figured out how to make flying cars, all before lunch. His understanding of matter manipulation is centuries ahead of our current science. Now let's talk about the cartoon genius who makes every other scientist look like they're playing with finger paints. SANCHEZ isn't just smart, he's operating on a cosmic level that breaks the concept of intelligence itself. This man has mastered interdimensional travel, created pocket universes, and basically treats the laws of physics like suggestions he can ignore when convenient. Interdimensional travel. Rick's portal gun doesn't just transport him to different places, it transports him to different realities with different physical laws. That requires understanding mathematics and physics that we don't even have names for yet. Consciousness transfer. He could move his consciousness between bodies, clone himself, and even create backup copies of his memories. That's neuroscience and quantum consciousness research that's about 500 years ahead of our current understanding. Universe creation. Rick literally created a universe to power his car battery. He created an entire universe as a power source. That's not just genius, that's playing God with physics. Rick's intelligence is so vast that he gets bored with problems that would stump entire teams of Nobel Prize winners. He once solved homelessness in an alternate dimension just because he was procrastinating on a different project. What makes Rick terrifying is that his science is actually sound. His portal gun is based on real quantum mechanics principles, his genetic modifications follow actual biological rules, and his understanding of multiverse theory aligns with cutting-edge theoretical physics. Rick represents what happens when unlimited intelligence meets unlimited resources and no moral constraints. He's proof that being the smartest person in the universe might not always be a good thing, but it's definitely impressive. Let's bring it back to a more optimistic genius who uses his brain to help people. Jimmy Neutron is what happens when you combine childhood wonder with scientific genius. This kid doesn't just do science, he makes it look fun and accessible while solving problems that would stump MIT graduates. Quantum computing. Jimmy's computer system can process information at speeds that suggest quantum processing capabilities. His brain blast moments are basically him accessing computational power that shouldn't be possible with current technology. Space travel. He built a rocket ship out of carnival rides and successfully traveled to other planets. That's aerospace engineering, life support systems, and interplanetary navigation all figured out by a kid who's probably not even in high school yet. Molecular engineering. Jimmy can shrink objects, enlarge them, and even create matter from energy. That's understanding of atomic structure and energy-matter conversion that Einstein would be jealous of. Jimmy's shrinking rate doesn't just make things smaller, it maintains their structural integrity and adjusts their molecular density. That's physics we're still trying to understand. He's basically mastered the Pym particles from Ant-Man, but he did it in his garage. What makes Jimmy special is that he uses his genius to help his friends and community. He's not trying to rule the world or prove he's smarter than everyone, he's just a kid who wants to make cool stuff and help people. That's the kind of genius we need more of. Jimmy's adventures actually teach real science concepts. Kids watching his show learn about physics, chemistry, and engineering without even realizing it. He's making science cool and accessible. That's genius level teaching. Our next genius might not build rockets, but she's got something even more impressive: the ability to solve impossible mysteries. VELMA DINKLEY is the unsung hero of analytical thinking. While everyone else is running around scared of ghosts and monsters, she's using pure logic and deductive reasoning to solve cases that would stump professional detectives. Forensic analysis. VELMA can analyze crime scenes, gather evidence, and piece together complex mysteries using just her observational skills and logical thinking. She's basically a walking forensics lab. Pattern recognition. She can spot patterns and connections that others miss completely. That's advanced cognitive processing that suggests she's operating on a genius level of pattern recognition. Psychological profiling. VELMA doesn't just solve how mysteries happened, she figures out why they happened and what motivates the perpetrators. That's criminal psychology and behavior analysis at expert levels. VELMA has a 100% success rate in solving mysteries. That's better than most professional detectives, FBI profilers, and forensic specialists. She's never met a case she couldn't crack. What makes VELMA's genius special is that her skills are completely transferable to the real world. Her analytical thinking, research abilities, and logical deduction are exactly what we need in scientists, researchers, and problem solvers. VELMA represents pure intellectual curiosity and analytical thinking. She doesn't need fancy gadgets or supernatural powers, just her brain and her willingness to ask the right questions. That's the most practical kind of genius. Our final genius is someone who proves that age is just a number when it comes to changing the world. Lisa Simpson is arguably the most realistic genius on this list, which somehow makes her achievements even more impressive. She's an 8-year-old who's already thinking about global problems and coming up with actual solutions. Environmental science. Lisa consistently demonstrates advanced understanding of ecology, climate science, and environmental policy. She's been advocating for climate action since the 1990s, way ahead of her time. Social sciences. Her understanding of politics, sociology, and human behavior is incredibly sophisticated. She can analyze complex social issues and propose practical solutions. Musical genius. Lisa's saxophone playing isn't just talented, it's mathematically precise. Music and mathematics are closely related, and her music ability suggests advanced mathematical thinking. Lisa has been right about virtually every major issue she's addressed on the show. She's predicted environmental problems, social changes, and political developments that later came true in real life. That's not just intelligence, that's prophetic analytical thinking. If Lisa Simpson were real, she'd probably be the youngest Nobel Prize winner in history. Her combination of intellectual brilliance and moral conviction makes her the kind of genius the world actually needs. Lisa proves that being smart isn't just about building cool gadgets, it's about using your intelligence to make the world better. She's a reminder that genius without compassion is just showing off. These cartoon geniuses aren't just entertaining, they're inspiring examples of what human intelligence can achieve when it's applied with creativity, curiosity, and determination. From Dexter's impossible inventions to Lisa's moral wisdom, these characters show us that being smart is about more than just knowing facts. It's about solving problems and making the world better. Which of these cartoon geniuses impressed you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you think I missed any brilliant cartoon characters, let me know. I might just make a part 2. Don't forget to like this video if you learned something new, subscribe for more content like this, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And remember, these characters prove that genius comes in all forms. Whether you're building interdimensional portals or just asking the right questions, intelligence is about curiosity, creativity, and the desire to understand how everything works. Keep being curious, keep learning, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next real-world genius we're all talking about. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.